Hi, everyone. I'm Monique Denal from MD Consulting. I'm an executive coach and the host of the new Voice America show called Leading with Intention. Before I go into my topic for today, I'd like to say a little bit about the radio show and why I started it. As an executive coach, my mission and even my tagline has always been to build better leaders worldwide. Now, there's only so much I can do in one-to-one coaching sessions and small groups. So I realize there are very few resources out there, very little support for leaders. And I created the show to expand my reach to more people in the workplace. So I invite you and highly encourage you to join me live every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern, for guests who will build you up, build your confidence, and build your effectiveness in the workplace. We'll be providing you with tips, tools, and strategies to build your effectiveness in the workplace and ultimately to help you lead with greater intention. So join me live, or you can listen to the podcast where you'll receive all of these tips and strategies. My topic for today is transforming conflict into collaboration. Now, managing conflict is very necessary in the workplace in order to meet organizational goals. And there are various ways to do that. Basically, you can leverage conflict as a growth tool. And you can do that by focusing on finding solutions when there is conflict. And the first step is to establish a conflict management process where you have ground rules for dealing with the conflict. Those would be rules that would develop trust and respect for each other, being empathetic, and really asking lots of open-ended questions. So you're approaching the conflict with a sense of curiosity, with a really open mind, and using active listening skills. These are all things that can be built into the ground rules for a conflict management process. And communication is very, very important. That includes listening. You really want to look at the conflict as an approach that it's unknown to you, you don't understand it. How can you try to understand it a little bit better? How can you understand the other person's perspective a little bit better? How can you find common ground? And that can only happen with really good communication and listening and asking questions. You really want to approach it as a way to try to understand each other's needs and then try to arrive at some kind of common ground. And if you can't find common ground, sometimes just understanding the other person's side of it is enough to help you relinquish your position a little bit. So I really encourage you to try this with something, first a very small conflict so that it doesn't seem too overwhelming, but use some of these techniques, establish the ground rules, use really good communication and listening skills to try to resolve the conflict. Because ultimately in the workplace, everyone's on the same team. I mean, if you look at the workplace as a whole, everyone is out to establish the same outcome. Everyone's working toward the same goal. So it's very important and it's critical to be able to resolve the conflict in a very healthy way. So try some of these tips. And if you have any questions, feel free to email me at monique@mdconsultingglobal.com or join us on Leading with Intention every Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific, or download the podcast, because we will be talking about topics just like this, plus other topics that will benefit you in the workplace. Have a great day.